Falter Overcaller, you're welcome indeed to another edition of the programme. Nice to have your company. Well, this week we're back again in Breaffy House Hotel, Castlebar for part 2 of the Mayo People of the Year Awards in association with the Connaught Telegraph, Mayo County Council and Rehab Care.
Good evening again, and we go on with award number 9, the Mayo People of the Year Award to Bohola Post Commemorative Edition Committee.
Yeah, it was an idea back in 1973 by the late Father Paddy Kilcoyne, Pádraig Filan, Peter Filan, other people in Bohola, and I suppose we're kind of unique. We think we're the only publication in a parish in Mayo that's gone consistently for 50 years, so this was just to mark that occasion and to maybe try and propel it for the next 50 years.
Well, part of the 50th anniversary publication, you've thought through back to 50 years to come up with some great stories over those years for this edition.
That's right. As Damien said, that we need to acknowledge the fact that it was going continuously for 50 years, and so we thought we'd just have a little snapshot of parts of from 50 years ago, and we've taken pieces from every decade and put them in a category like that. That's the way it was done, and a little bit at the front just to explain ourselves. We want to acknowledge all the people that had gone before, as in that there's about 40 people that worked on the committee over the years, so not very many when you think of it. 50 years, there's only about 40, and so to acknowledge all those people that you just keep the social history of the Bohola and all the years up to now.
From Bohola we come back to Castlebar for our next award. And it's for the Mayo Rape Crisis Centre. We have Loretto, first of all, congratulations on winning your award tonight. How are you feeling about it?
Well, on behalf of the Rape Crisis Centre, we are absolutely thrilled and really honoured. It's just a really huge moment for us as a community organisation to be recognised by the people of Mayo in this way. It's really heartwarming. And
it's hard to believe you're 30 years now in Castlebar, aren't you?
Almost. 29, just like the awards, but next June we'll be 30 years. So this is a beautiful movement into that celebration, to be able to have this award as part of it. Yes, absolutely.
And part of the success of the Rape Crisis Centre is of course the staff, the volunteers and your board, the people that are involved with it, providing a fantastic service.
Well, that's the thing, it's not one person, it is absolutely a team effort. We have an outstanding voluntary board of directors. We have a fantastic specialised trained team. But also, I think, Henry, for us tonight, this gives voice to the people of Mayo who have experienced sexual violence. So for us, we're taking this award on behalf of the people who have trusted us for the last 29 years with their truth and their stories. So it means an awful lot to us.
And there's been a lot of changes, hasn't there, to the overall picture in relation to sexual violence and all of that and the rape crisis?
There absolutely has. I have to commend our Minister for Justice, Helen McEntee. Since she came into office, she has been very proactive in the whole gender-based violence, and we're about to move under a new designated agency in January 2024 in the Department of Justice under her remit, and it's a really progressive move for the sexual violence and domestic violence services.
I suppose I should mention, are there more people coming to you for help now than previously, do you think?
Well, our numbers continue to increase every year. And that could be a combination of people now know that there's a dedicated local free service that they can come to, and also a combination of awareness of what sexual violence really is. And it's awareness raising. This event tonight, this award for me, as the Director of Services, we are raising awareness of the prevalence of a very uncomfortable truth in our community, but also that there's a really good free response to help people and their families respond to that.
Well, an award well deserved, I can tell you, Loretta, and continued success at the Rape Crisis Centre.
Thank you so much, and thanks to everyone for choosing us for this award.
We move on to our 11th award tonight. And that's for Kilmina Cemetery Committee.
Kilmena Cemetery Committee. Congratulations on you receiving your award tonight. But you've done tremendous work in the local cemetery in Kilmena. Not just one, but two cemeteries.
That's true, Henry, yeah. There's a very old cemetery in Kilmena, going back, nobody knows how far back, but they say that there's a connection actually with the Coptic Christians in Egypt with it. So, and there's old headstones there go back in the 1700s. Not too many people being buried in it now, of course, because the new grave was opened. But it went into disrepair and was totally overgrown. And the lads, Hugh here and his mates, decided that it was time to do something with it. And there was a major operation organised, and it went on for months. And when they cleared some of the scrub, they discovered a Calvary statue in the middle of it, and the statues are all broken and gone into disrepair, and the cross was originally made from timber and had rotted, so that had to be dismantled, and they cast a concrete one and erected the statues and put it back into shape again, and turned out massive, lovely job.
They're a great community in Kilmena on all fronts, and then even the new graveyard, there's been work done there as well, and there's a map as you enter the graveyard as well, isn't there, so people know where their loved ones are buried.
That's right. There was a local carpenter that made this frame, and they went to the graveyard and picked out all the names of the statues and put them into this frame. And when we started, there was old graves that was neglected, and we put curbs on them. We put curbs around them, and we got covered it with plastic, and then covered it with stone. So, and we put maintenance in on the pathways.
Well, congratulations to you and all your workers and volunteers involved with Kilmena Cemetery, because, as I said before, it's a great community down there.
Yeah, for a small parish, I tell you, you know what I mean.
You punch above the...
But we do, and on the football field at the moment.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, it's time for our Young Person of the Year award.
Amy Malee. Amy, welcome to the programme.
Hello.
And congratulations on receiving your award tonight, Young People of the Year award.
Yeah.
Since the student protest in 2018, you were from Ball Secondary School. You've shown signs of leadership, and you set up a couple of projects in your school area.
I did, yeah. We set up six different projects. There was wearing dresses twice, and then the big one was the oak tree project. We planted 150 oak trees, and then we've just been adding to it really with animals made out of wood and dummy trees and other.
Yeah, and of course then you had a ceremony for the planting of the trees. You acted as MC as well. You were doing my job as well.
I was, yeah. I keep talking with them and everything, yeah.
How did you enjoy that?
It was good, yeah. It was, yeah.
And you weren't a bit nervous in front of politicians and business people who were there on the occasion?
A small bit, but you get to know them and chatting away to them, so it was...
Now your project also attracted the attention of UNESCO. You must have been very proud of that.
Yeah, me and one of the girls entered a competition and we got well up in it, so we're happy with that, and especially when it was all Europe, we were proud with it.
So the COVID years were very difficult on families, and particularly those who lost loved ones, but you organised a 5-kilometre Remember Me walk. Will you tell me about that?
Yeah, so Grandad passed away during COVID and he was in the Mayo Hospice place in Castlebar, so I thought of out in a local area, a small little country village, that I'd set up a 5-kilometre walk with the help of Brendan and the No Name Club, and it went off well, raised a lot of money, and Santi came and everything because it was around Christmas and everyone seemed to enjoy it.
Well done to you, Amy, and congratulations on winning your Young Person of the Year award tonight as well.
Thank you very much.
Our final award tonight is another Young People of the Year award. This one to Charlie Gannon.
Definitely been a challenging couple of years. Thankfully I had a great support group behind me now between family and friends, and everybody who helps me get through it on a day-to-day basis, so I can't complain now in terms of support, so yeah.
Well, just let people know, like, at the age of 11 you lost your arm and your leg to bacterial meningitis, and you had a leg amputated as well. And despite all these challenges, you stayed very active, you continued to play golf. 2020, just tell the people how much you raised for Pink Ribbon.
Off the top of my head, you'd have me guessing now. I think it was like roughly about 13,000. It was, during COVID, I didn't have much else to be doing, to be honest, so I kind of just had it in my head, to be honest. I had said that I might actually go out and do the Pink Ribbon cycle that year if COVID hadn't taken place, so I just said, look, maybe it's something different and hopefully raise a few bob, and thankfully I did.
Yeah, and you did all that from home, on a bike at home?
Yeah, on a stationary bike, so I had something set up in the room upstairs and a little tracking system or whatever upstairs, and just did the 50 kilometres and raised a nice bit of money. I got a great bit of support, so it was brilliant.
Why is it so important for the Connaught Telegraph to be involved in these awards?
I think the Connaught Telegraph were involved since the very start, 29 years ago, when Kevin Burke launched these awards with Mayo Rehab, and my predecessor, who was chairman of the committee, Tom Gillespie, former editor of the Connaught, he's still involved and part of the committee. So down through the years, the Connaught has got behind to make sure that they're publicised, that they're supported and that they're sponsored. And for us, it's a labour of love now. It's just something that you wouldn't consider not doing. On the other hand, it gives us an opportunity to talk about groups and individuals in geographical locations where maybe the Connaught Telegraph may not be as strong, but we can bring news to them now in those areas, and we can talk about people, like I mentioned earlier, from Swinford to North Mayo and Belmullet. It's something that you wouldn't envisage. It's just part and parcel of the Connaught Telegraph year now.
And I'm delighted to be involved with it, and planning, of course, for next year, the big one, the 30th anniversary.
Absolutely, Henry, and you're part of that yourself as a stalwart member of the committee, along with Edel and Tom Gillespie and myself. Just to give you the heads up, we'll probably have a meeting early January, given that the next one is 30 years next November, and I envisage it'll probably be the biggest event of the Mayo People of the Year to date. I want to thank Mayo County Council as current sponsors. I want to thank the committee. I'm looking forward to making sure that next year's is an event to remember.
Well, I tell you, it was a great honour to be here tonight as here at the Mayo County Council and to be involved. This is our 24th year, I think, involved, even though it's 29 years in operation. I think these awards this year, I think, were special because of COVID and because people who were involved at COVID time also got awards. I thought that was brilliant, not forgetting the hardship people went through at COVID. But you see some of the recipients, I mean, they were absolutely fantastic, and I'd like to say well done to them. They'll keep up the work. I was talking to a lot of them, as you say, and it's lovely to talk to them and listen to what they did and achieved. John, in getting the Hall of Fame award, I've known him for a long time, from my time going up to Knock when he was the Pope came to Pope John came to Knock. He was involved greatly at that time. So, and my sister Orla knows him there from the medical practice there and Dermot Murray's practice. So these are things that are important. These little connections is what makes our county a strong county. And these awards this year just shows you the ability and quality of people that we have.
And there's a personal lesson this week, because your father received one of these awards many years ago.
That's right, and that's why when I saw Kevin here, and I just thought of him, because I know with my father, they were very involved in fundraising for Rehab. I know he became High King of Connaught, and he did a massive walk at that stage to become High King. I think from Donegal down to Galway, they did a massive fundraiser. So it's a special occasion for me as well as for all the recipients.
And one man I particularly single out, and that's Charlie Gannon, who got an award there for, and you know he has certainly been inspirational, and you know, for everyone else who won tonight and for their families, you know, it's it's really exceptional that they're here tonight in this celebration.
It, as you said, it's the 29th year and it's our second year back after COVID. But would you believe it, the work has already started on next year's event. And as Chris said there, you know, a very good point, getting people out of their comfort zone, getting them up on stage and with yourself interviewing, it's amazing, and it's been a great night. We've had yourself on board for many years now, and it's just great, and I'd like to thank you for coming to join us here again tonight.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to next year's 30th anniversary event, and congratulations to everybody involved with tonight's event and all the award winners and the organisers like yourself, Rehab, Connaught, Telegraph and Mayo County Council make it all very worthwhile and special.
The 2023 Mayo Business Community Liaison Award goes to Blacksod Lighthouse.
Blacksod Lighthouse has been standing at the tip of the Connaught Peninsula since 1866, serving the community in terms of navigation for vessels, acting as a search and rescue base and a refueling station. So I suppose it was back in 2018 when the community group came together with the idea of developing a new community or a new tourism initiative, that being Sulla's a new interpretive centre and Blacksod Lighthouse combined.
Well, the next award is the Mayo Diaspora Award, and it goes to Dr. Paul O'Leary.
You know, a job that I'm very proud to do, and very proud of all the staff and my colleagues that I work with and the work that they do every day for the people of Mayo.
Well, of course, the public have very high regard for our nurses here in Ireland.
No, absolutely, and I guess I was so honoured and delighted that we had the opportunity.
The third award tonight is the Nueva Award.
We're very delighted in the club to have been presented with this award. I suppose it's the culmination of a number of years of hard work, and it all has been driven by our Irish officer, Angwani Joaquin. And we had very small beginnings where, as we said, the use of Irish within the club was minimal, and now it has become kind of integrated as part of our everyday activities in the club.
And our final award for the present is the Hall of Fame Award.
50 years since I first started the shrine in Knock on the 5th of May 1973, and I'm still there. There are 50 seasons completed now.
And you've been involved in many aspects of the Order of Malta in that area.
Well, that's right. We've been providing an ambulance service and community care service there for many, many years. We provide the medical services at the shrine now. We're the only provider there, along with our doctors. And we've been doing that now for some years as well.
Mayo People of the Year Award winner 2023, Breach O'Connell.
Well, I'm absolutely delighted to accept it on behalf of the committee. We are celebrating our 40th year, and as you know, it's a pretty small town, but we have managed to fill the years going with lots of good programs and everything like that.
Our next award goes to Moy Innovations CLG.
We're established since 2004. Tony here, board directors, set up the charity with social enterprise to provide employment for people who otherwise mightn't get employment with different disabilities and you know, from ethnic groups and that.
Now, our 7th award tonight, the Mayo People of the Year Award, goes to Valerie Jennings.
Back during lockdown, it was all over the news about repeal the seal, and I thought, what about these little babies? Who has even looked up their names? And I read all about it then, and Catherine Corliss having found their names. So I sat one evening at home and I read all their names, 796 little names, and their ages. It's heartbreaking.
Our next award goes to Fiona Quinn.
Fiona, you came very much into focus during COVID lockdown.
Yes, absolutely. Like many people, I was very isolated and impacted by the lockdown. My son has a long-term health condition, so I was, I suppose, very isolated, keeping him safe.
Good evening again, and we go on with award number 9, the Mayo People of the Year Award to Bohola Post Commemorative Edition Committee.
Yeah, it was an idea back in 1973 by the late Father Paddy Kilcoyne, Pádraig Filan, Peter Filan, other people in Bohola, and I suppose we're kind of unique. We think we're the only publication in a parish in Mayo that's gone consistently for 50 years. So this was just to mark that occasion.
Well, behold, we come back to Castlebar for our next award. And it's called the Mayo Rape Crisis Centre. We have awards.
Loretto, first of all, congratulations on winning your award tonight. How are you feeling about it?
Well, on behalf of the Rape Crisis Centre, we are absolutely thrilled and really honoured. It's just a really huge moment for us as a community organisation to be recognised by the people of Mayo in this way. It's really heartwarming.
We move on to our 11th award tonight. And that's for Co.Mayo Cemetery Committee.
There's a very old cemetery in Co.Mayo, going back, nobody knows how far back, but they say that there's a connection actually with the Coptic Christians in Egypt with it. So, and there's old headstones there go back in the 1700s. Not too many people being buried in it now, of course, because the new grave was opened. But it went into disrepair and was totally overgrown. And the lads, you here and his mates, decided that was time to do something with it.
Now, time for our Young Person of the Year award. Amy Billy.
We set up six different projects. There was wearing dresses twice, and then the big one was the oak tree project. We planted 150 oak trees, and then we've just been adding to it really with animals made out of wood and dummy trees and other.
Yeah, and of course then you had a ceremony for the planting of the trees. You acted as MC as well. You were doing my job as well.
I was, yeah. keep talking with them and everything, yeah.
Our final award tonight is another Young People of the Year award. It's going to Charlie.
Definitely been a challenge for a couple of years. Thankfully had a great support group behind me now between family and friends and everybody who helps me get through it on a day-to-day basis. So I can't complain now in terms of support, so yeah.
Well, just let people know, like at the age of 11 you lost your arm and your leg to bacterial meningitis, and you had a leg amputated as well. And despite all these challenges, you stayed very active, you continued to play golf. 2020, just tell the people how much you raised for Pink Ribbon.
Off the top of my head, you'd have me guessing now. I think it was like roughly about 13,000.
Well, heartiest congratulations once again to all the winners who received an award. Well deserved. Now don't forget, you can catch up on all our programmes on the TV Ireland YouTube channel. Now coming up after the break, we're crossing over to the UK to join Martin Logan for his programme The Irish in the UK, and I look forward to your company at the same time next week. So until then, slán go fóill.